Alden Davis is with us. Of course, you can go to myvaluestree.com and you can get all the information, but these are already up, and that's the affirmation. So what are we doing today, Alden?
Well, Ray, today we're talking about the 6 affirmations of successful people. Now, over the past several weeks, we have described the STARPOWER system, 5-point model designed to get you into action. Remember, our goal is to turn turbulence into personal advantage during these economic times.
Okay.
So the STAR system that we've talked about started with our aspirations. Then we talked about the importance of personal appearance and that 30-second greeting. We've talked about your abilities, the importance of networks, and then accountability and how you wrap all that into action. Today I wanted to talk about 6 affirmations of successful people. Now, you know, I'm a practitioner. I grew up in the corporate world. I've been out there for the last 30 years in industry, and I've watched different people as they have moved along their path. Now, success is an interesting word because success for you and success for me could look very different.
Well, that's true. It should be.
Right. But let's talk about, these are people who have managed to at least create more choicefulness in their life because their career has progressed and they've managed to garner more salary and income and more influence. And I've noticed that there are 6 affirmations these people tend to make, and I want to go over those today. The first one is, I can describe my picture of success. It all starts with people who can actually say, this is where I'm going. This is what I want to do. I know, Ray, you used to say, I am excited about being a morning talk show host in the Hartford market.
I really did. Every morning. It's usually around 4.
And it came about because you were able to describe it. But this goes back.
Well, no, it's the visual. I mean, you've got to visualize where you want to be. And you've pointed out, that's one of the weaknesses. A lot of us have no idea where we want to be.
Life just happens. They say we're along with the flow, and it just sort of unfolds. And in these economic times, we don't have the luxury now of just hoping something good will happen. We have to be on our game. We have to be in the hunt. As Walter Cronkite said, we have to be in the swim every day. And it starts with describing success. Now, it can be a short-term picture. It can be a long-term picture. I did an exercise with one man several years ago. He was transitioning jobs. And I had him actually write out how he wanted to see his day. Where did you wake up? What did you see when you looked out your window? Who was next to you?
I like this.
What did you see as you drove into work? What kind of people were around you at work? What kind of work were you doing? Right where he could, in very detailed terms, describe to me what he wanted. Now, with that kind of picture, now we can start looking for the opportunities as they come along. And everyone, I encourage you to spend some time being able to describe success. Now, the second one we're going to talk about is, I am the institution for which I work.
What's that mean?
Well, interestingly enough, if I look at the microphone right here in front of me, there's a WTIC logo right on it.
Yes, there is.
That is the institution that I am associated with right now. This means when I sit down to work
at this moment,
I am representing that institution. So you will see on my dresser a box full of all of the lapel pins of people I work with. So if I go and do some work with Village for the Children and families, I have their lapel pin on because when I walk in the door,
you're them.
I am them. Matter of fact, institutions and businesses are nothing more than the collection of people that are in them.
I kind of like that. I think that's kind of a good idea, and I think it can make a huge difference in how good you are at what you do.
Well, absolutely, because when I am speaking for and on behalf of the institution. This is what people are looking for. Those who are successful speak with authority, and they're speaking with authority because they can represent the business. So now when you sit down at the mic, you understand the radio business. You understand how the money flows through the business. You understand how the news and information flows.
Right.
And when you walk into a room and you speak, you are speaking with the authority of this business.
We've got about 30 seconds. We're going to do weather, and we're going to keep Alden after school. He's going to stay after school. But I mean, the deal is, all right, let's say does this also involve, to a degree, I'm working for Baddison's, let's say. Does that mean then, therefore, I am Baddison's? But number two, it means that I'm also empowered to do things on behalf of Baddison's. In other words, I'm the company.
Well, we certainly want institutions that have become enlightened enough to understand that there's a relationship between giving people the power to make those daily decisions, because then I do start to actually be a part of and represent the business, especially when it comes to things like customer satisfaction.
Precisely. All right, we're going to take a break here at 7:28. Alden Davis is going to stick around. MyValuestree.com is the website. You want to do a little pre-study, we'll come back after the 7:30 news. All right, thank you much. It's 7:41. Alden Davis is here, MyValuestree.com. Alden also does seminars and what else do you do, Alden? You do all kinds of things.
A lot of business consulting where we go in, we do a financial analysis of the business, put together the diagnostics and the intervention plans, turn them around.
And Alden has
a
long career in corporate America.
Absolutely.
And he survived.
Years worth around the
and
world.
He's still alive, God bless
and
him.
we're talking about success.
All right.
So where we ended was I am the institution for which I work. These are people who, when they start their job, they actually own their position. They understand how the business works, and they're able to speak for it. And it gives them a sense of authority, which amazingly enough, other people listen to. And then lo and behold, when opportunities come about, they're the ones who are perceived as being ready for it because they're seen as a leader, because others are following them.
There you go.
So I would encourage people to be able to walk with an air of representing the business. And one of the easiest ways I found to do it is start with a lapel pin. So if you don't have one, let's get a lapel pin. Let's get a logoed shirt and start acting as if you represent the business.
Okay.
Another affirmation that people make who are successful is, I have mastered projects and deliver results. That's why people are successful. They deliver results. So the ability to say, I have mastered projects. I always encourage people, when you're doing your work, figure out how to bundle it so you can talk about it in terms of a project. It has a definite beginning, middle, and an end with outcomes associated with it.
All right.
Another affirmation of successful people is, I know my talent, skills, and knowledge and apply them to company-relevant work. Again, we're talking about selling my services in the marketplace. The people who are successful understand that they need to be focusing all of their attention on company issues, company problems, and they are being paid to deliver results on those projects. And successful people can make that affirmation. They can walk in and say, I know what I'm selling you,
right?
And here's what I have been able to do. And I focus my energy on projects that are relevant to you. Now, that says I have to understand your needs well enough to be able to put my energy towards those needs.
Okay.
That would say anybody.
But it has to be based, Alden, upon their needs, not what you perceive their needs to be.
Oh, my goodness, yes. And that means the more you understand the business and its requirements, or your client and their requirements, the better you can speak to addressing their needs. This is about them.
It's not about you.
It's not about me. I keep running into this. People think that somebody else owes them the business. Somebody else owes them the living.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, it's about you and your satisfaction. If you're not satisfied, I'm not successful. And how do I help? How do I really understand your needs? I mean, if I'm in broadcasting, as you hear a successful broadcaster say, it's about content. You have to have content that the audience wants.
But I don't want to come in here and, you hire me or whatever, and I say, well, you really need to do this, and this. They don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that. They expect you to walk in here and understand that there's a revenue generation model, there's an audience, there are advertisers, and you have to be able to put content together that brings them all together.
Because I know people who've done that, and it blows them up. It's no good.
So successful people today, we're going to stop with, they can describe their picture of success. They represent the institution they work for.
Okay.
They've mastered projects, and they understand their talents and know how to put them towards company-relevant work. So everybody go out to myvaluetree.com.
Okay.
Get a copy.
All right. How'd you do, JR? Did you get 3 out of 3 on this thing? I think you do. I think you could do this. I think you are totally okay. He's totally capable.